Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm your host, Patsun, and today we're gonna be taking a look at r/divorce, where OP is confused over the dumbest of reasons. Let's begin. My wife's affair during the courtship period. Posted by Reddit user TallAd336.
Got a marriage arranged proposal through an online portal in March this year, met the family and the girl. Everything got finalized very quickly and got married in July this year. Few days after marriage, I discovered through her phone that she was into a 2 to 3 year long affair with a married colleague with 2 kids as he was texting her continuously on Instagram, calling too sometimes, to meet her and call her as she wasn't replying. After our marriage getting finalized in March, she had met and stayed with him multiple times, last being in May around 40 days before marriage in a hotel. On that particular night she was with him, she messaged me that she had cholera and was not feeling well, so she slept and couldn't take my calls. Now when I asked her about all of it, she started with how she was vulnerable, and the guy took advantage of her and how she's so sorry about all of it and how he was harassing her. The 4 times she met him after the marriage getting finalized, she says she went there to end it with him, and didn't have anything physical with him, not even a kiss. And how it all ended long back, but these 4 times she met, it was to pacify him and it was a pious relationship. I saw her text to him saying I love you so much, and how only he could ever touch her and no one else a day before our marriage. But again she says she did all of this so that the guy doesn't do anything crazy. She had also promised him that she would still talk to him and meet him after marriage, and how she hates me and cannot stand me. After I confronted her in July, she immediately blocked him from everywhere and stopped contact. Well, now she seems remorseful about it, and is trying to do things straight and is being extra nice and all, and have not talked to him ever since. Now she hasn't done anything after marriage except being in touch with him. But I couldn't digest the fact that the woman I married had disrespected the very idea of marriage. Have been having sleepless nights for the past few months, not able to decide what to do. I don't think I'll be able to trust or respect her ever again. Does cheating during courtship period count as infidelity? Help.
Okay. OP, they met in a hotel room where she was so busy that she couldn't pick up your call, and you still think that she didn't do anything. Really? You're going with this? Fine. Okay. So listen here, you donut. It's the part about hating you and can't stand you that I would have the most trouble getting over. You have seen with your own eyes exactly what she thinks of you. You have seen with your own eyes the evidence of her betrayal. You have seen with your own eyes that she is willing to have sex with another man while your engagement was happening. You have seen with your own eyes her statements that she plans to keep cheating on you with this man well after your marriage. So, what more do you need to see here, OP? What more do you need to know that this woman is a cheater? Are you some sort of cuckold? Do you want to be in the same room as them, masturbating as they fuck each other? Is that what you want? Oh man, OP, she has already made it clear that she plans to keep cheating on you. Why do you want to stay in a marriage with someone who would do such a thing? Why are you tolerating this? Tell me, OP.
Why are you still here?
She has shown you the type of person that she actually is, and you have irrefutable evidence to back it up. The face that she is putting on right now is only to try and avoid the shame that will come if her marriage ends. It's not the true remorse that would come from regret in hurting you. The moment that she feels that her marriage is secure again will be the moment that she starts plotting her next move to cheat on you. Again, and again, and again. OP, you've already been a donut for long enough. Stop being a simp, stop being an idiot, and annul your marriage and expose her to everyone that you know. That's the best fucking advice that you will ever hear. And now for today's second story. My ex admitted that she wishes she would have tried to fix our marriage. Posted by Reddit user Thomas the Hippo Slayer.
I'll spare you the whole story. The long and short of it is that my ex lost her feelings for me a few years into our marriage, but withheld most of her concerns until she decided abruptly that she wanted a divorce. I suggested that we try counseling, but she said she didn't see any point. Her mind was made up. I could sense I loved her more than vice versa, but I thought she still loved me. I didn't think she would leave me so abruptly. For 2 days I was devastated, but I accepted what was happening and recovered quickly. Our state's waiting period is 30 days, and we were divorced amicably in about a month. I don't talk to my ex much because, well, why would I? But recently, we had a short text exchange. I apologized for the ways in which I could have been a better husband. She told me she was in therapy now, that she wasn't bothered by the things I apologized for, and then she told me that she wishes she would have gone to therapy and tried to work through our issues. I don't know if she necessarily regrets divorcing me, but she regrets that she didn't at least try to save our marriage. It made me feel validated, at peace. I don't think there's an exact word, but you get the point. Our marriage is thoroughly over. Even if she wanted to get back together, there's nothing left to salvage. But it still meant a lot to me that she wishes she would have tried, that she realizes what she was throwing away, and wishes she would have put in a little more effort to change the outcome. It makes me feel like my effort in our relationship did count for something, like a relationship with me is something worth fighting for. My ex is a good person at heart, albeit maybe a bit of a lost soul. But none of this is written out of anger. I'm grateful she told me how she felt. I moved on fine, but what she told me gave me true peace. Just a positive note. Have a great night, y'all.
Oh man. Story time, ladies and gentlemen. Here's a true story. I had a very similar breakup. A short period of her being depressed and withdrawn, and then suddenly, I'm leaving. It's definitely over now, and I wouldn't for a million years go back after it has been so badly broken. But it would have been nice if at some point a reason could have been given to her separating from me, as opposed to the very abrupt and reasonless end that we had. But hey, that's life. At least we learned a valuable lesson, yeah? Our final story is from r/true off my chest. My white husband confessed to me that he enjoys race play fantasies. Posted by Reddit user Throwaway Egg 52.
I'm black and my husband is white. Yesterday he admitted to me that recently he started to like something called race play, which means that he has sexual fantasies about racist situations. To be honest, I still don't know a lot about it. But an example that he gave me is that he has a fantasy about being a plantation owner while I'm a slave that he keeps as a mistress. I can't stand to look at him anymore because all I feel is disgust. He knows that I have been in relationships where I was objectified in the past, and I know that people can't control their sexual interests. But I can't separate this image of my husband being attracted to racist situations from the man that I fell in love with and married. He asked me if I was willing to give it a chance, but I told him that I didn't want to, and now he's sleeping in the guest room because we had a fight about me not being supportive. I think this might end my marriage, but I love him and want to work through it somehow. Update. I talked to my husband over lunch. I did what some of you suggested and asked him where he got the idea from and how he started to like it. Most of you were right. He discovered it on a porn site and began watching more porn videos featuring it. He told me that it's been about 2 months since he discovered it. Then he asked me again if I would give it a chance for him. When I told him that I was uncomfortable with it, he got upset again and asked why I wouldn't support him. He even offered that we could try it once, and then if I didn't like it, we wouldn't have to do it again. But when I said no, he got frustrated and we started to argue. He reminded me of all of the things that he has done for me and how much he always supports me, and then called me manipulative. He has now left with the car to go spend time with his friends. I've been crying for the past 15 minutes and I don't know what else to do. Update 2. A couple of commenters have asked about it since the first update a couple of hours ago. I am now trying to see if one of my friends will let me stay with them for a day or two so that I can clear my head. I am no contact with most of my family, and the family members that I still talk to live several states away, so staying with family is not an option. And my husband owns the house, so I can't change the locks or tell him not to come home. Update 3. It is currently the middle of the night here. I left our house and am now staying with a good friend, and I will be staying here until this evening. I've been here for a few hours now. I did not see my husband before my friend picked me up, but I left him a voicemail to tell him that I needed space to clear my head. I also did what some of you suggested and said in the voicemail that I felt pressured by him into doing something that I didn't want. He has since heard the voicemail and has called and texted begging me to come home. He wants to come pick me up from her house in the morning, but I said no. He accused me of abandoning him right before Thanksgiving. And his best friend has also texted me to tell me that I'm a bad wife for treating my husband like this when he pays for everything and supports my lifestyle. To be honest, it made me cry more than what my husband said. I don't think I will be able to get any sleep tonight after this. This is not a part of the update, but I have received a lot of questions through comments and direct messages, so I will answer a few of them here. 1. I do not know if my husband has a porn addiction. To be honest, I am not sure how to tell if someone has a porn addiction. 2. I am 25 and my husband is 33. We have been together for 3 years, almost 4, but we have only been married for 1 year. 3. My husband is the sole earner in our house. I am a stay-at-home wife and do not have any income. 4. We do not have any children together, but we're planning to start a family next year. I want children, but I am going to put it on hold until I figure things out, of course. 5. We have done domination in the bedroom before, so this porn did not awaken that kink in him. 6. All of my husband's ex-girlfriends are white. Aside from 2 guys that I dated in high school, and my husband, all of the men that I've dated have been Hispanic or black. 7. Yes, we live in the South, but I do not feel comfortable disclosing what state.
Oh man, OP, not wanting to do something that you're really uncomfortable with doesn't mean that you're not being supportive. It doesn't mean that you're not a good wife. So in his tiny mind, if you were supporting him, you'd just go along with whatever fucked up fantasy that he has, even if it's distasteful and disturbing to you? Really? Yeah, no dude, it's a no, just no. You should be running for the hills, OP. And now for OP's update.
Hello and happy Thanksgiving to all that celebrate. I apologize if this post seems like a ramble, but I have had a very difficult last few days, so my thoughts are a little incoherent. I was pointed in the direction of this subreddit by a user who private messaged me because she thought that I would benefit from it. My husband confessed to having a fetish the other day that I am very uncomfortable with. We had a fight about it, and he accused me of not being supportive of him because I told him that I wouldn't give it a chance. This led to him sleeping in our guest room and more arguments, and after consulting with others from a different subreddit, I had a good friend pick me up and take me to her house while he was out with his friends. She offered to let me spend Thanksgiving with her and her family, so I left him a voicemail before I left telling him where I was and that I would be home after Thanksgiving dinner. Now he won't stop texting and leaving voicemails begging me to come home. He has also accused me of abandoning him on Thanksgiving, even though I'm supposed to cook and host for his immediate family today. To be honest, I am worried about ruining Thanksgiving. His family loves to celebrate holidays, and Thanksgiving is his mother's favorite. I host and cook for every holiday except for Independence Day and Easter. I know that his siblings are not going to care, but it's his parents that I'm worried about. I have a good relationship with them aside from their nosiness, but they are traditional, and I worry that if I don't come home and host, it will strain our relationship. My husband thinks that I'm going to ruin the entire holiday if I refuse to come home since he can't cook, and he thinks it will be cruel of me to let his family come to our home expecting dinner, when there will be nothing to eat because of me. Update. While I was preparing dinner with my friend, my husband called me. His family has arrived and his parents aren't happy with his explanation about why I'm not there. He didn't tell them the truth, and I don't know what he said, but apparently the excuse that he gave was not a good one because they blame him for it. His mother has taken over making all of the food, and instead of turkey, she will be reheating some leftover chicken for them to eat. Apparently, she scolded him for fighting with me during a holiday when it's supposed to be about spending time with family and reflecting on why you love them. He sounded like he was about to cry while talking. He asked me if I was happy that Thanksgiving with his mother and father was ruined because I wanted to be spiteful and hurt him, instead of just putting my feelings aside and spending time with him and his family. And he said that his friend was right about me being a bad wife because I stooped low enough to embarrass him to his family by ghosting them on a holiday. Then he told me that he is coming to get me at 7:30 and hung up. To be honest, I feel awful for making him cry. I know that I should be happy that his parents are supportive even if he did not tell them the real reason, but my husband rarely cries. I feel terrible for hurting him like that. I think that I messed up by not going home, but I don't know what to do. Edit. Not an update, but please stop suggesting that I go to my family. I am no contact with most of my family, including my parents, for a reason that I do not feel comfortable disclosing. The family members that I am in contact with are more distant relatives. And before any of you ask, no, my husband does not have anything to do with why I'm no contact with my parents. I have been no contact with them since before we entered a relationship, and he has never met them.
So after listening to your previous post and now this, OP, I'm really sorry that you're going through this right now. But what your husband is asking of you is not okay. Unless, of course, you're into that kind of shit, then go do it. No one fucking cares. But the fact is, OP, you already said no multiple times, and he continued to argue with you and still doesn't think he's in the wrong. What the hell is wrong with that dude? OP, at least to me, that shows that he is racist, selfish, and lacking emotional intelligence. I want you to think of this differently, because I feel that you are worried about other people a little too much with this, OP. Your husband ruined Thanksgiving, and quite possibly your marriage. Not you, dude. He's just trying to make you feel guilty by manipulating the narrative. Do not worry about his family being upset that you're not there. The fact that he has the audacity to expect you to cook Thanksgiving dinner and host your family after what he has done to you, what he said, it's making me unreasonably infuriated. OP, divorce him, drain his finances dry. And I guess I will end the video right here. I don't want to get demonetized. Viewer support is the best way for me to remain independent and continue bringing you these daily videos, which will always be here on my YouTube channel for you to watch absolutely free. So consider clicking that super thanks just below the video title, or you can use my PayPal in the description box down below. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you even somewhat enjoyed today's story, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you really like it, make sure to subscribe to PattSun to never miss a future upload. Stay strong.